Hello friends, welcome to UPSC Cracker, and today I'm gonna do the expected general knowledge MCQs from February 1st to February 8th. The first week of February was quite important, and I have done it with pictures so that it is quite easy to learn, as remembering pictures is much more easier. So I've covered around 60 questions in this video, and I hope you enjoy it. Who is the lead? Who is leading the Indian delegation in the 2017 SARC Programming Committee? So let's look at the options. We have got Sushma Swaraj, then we have got Rajnath Singh, then we have got Prashant Agrawal and Arun Jaitley. So basically, what we are being asked is here about the 53rd session of the committee, and this was held in Nepal on February 1st. And during the two-day meeting, number of issues such as budget for SARC Secretariat and its 5 regional centers and other activities were discussed. So if we look at the countries, we have got Afghanistan, then we have got Bangladesh, Bhutan, India, Maldives, Nepal, Pakistan and Sri Lanka, basically all the Asian countries around India. So basically this was led by Mr. Prashant Agrawal, who is the Joint Secretary of SARC. So he's the person who led this event. E. Ahmed, who passed away recently, was a member of Parliament MP from which Lok Sabha constituency of Kerala. So this is a picture of Mr. E. Ahmed, and he recently deceased. So he was around 78 years of age, and he was the national president of the Indian Union Muslim League. And he also served as Minister of State of External Affairs under the Manmohan Singh government in the year 2004 to 2014. And he was from the Malappuram's Lok Sabha constituency. So he passed away, and PM Modi also made a statement about his passing away. Which Indian personality will attend 2017 St. Petersburg International Economic Forum SPIFE as a guest of honor? So here is the emblem of SPIFE. So it stands for St. Petersburg International Economic Forum, and he is the guest of honor. Of course, this honor has gone to Mr. Narendra Modi. And this conference is supposed to be held from June 1st to June 3rd of 2017. And basically, SPIFE is an international event for discussion on world economics and business, and it is held annually. And the president of the Russian Federation, Mr. Putin, actually takes part in this. The 2017 South Asia Speaker Summit will be hosted by which country? So basically we are being asked that who is gonna host the South Asia Speaker Summit. Now I've given a map of Myanmar and Pakistan. These are the two countries which are not attending this. So this is being held in India. And this is primarily an international inter-parliamentary union initiative, and it was in news because of these two countries are not taking part in this. That's why this was in news. Which Bollywood actress has been appointed as a new brand ambassador for Swachh Bharat campaign? So this is the logo for the Swachh Bharat campaign, Ek Kadam Swachhta Ki Or, with the charkha and Gandhiji's spectacles. I've done a series of questions on Gandhi as well. So basically his participation in the Indian national movement and his South African face. So guys, have a look at that as well. There are some pretty good questions over there about his involvement. Anyways, coming back to the question on hand. So basically, this is a lady goes by the name of Anushka Sharma, also featured in a couple of movies. And last she was in news because of her movie in which Pakistani actors were there. So she is joining the campaign with Amitabh Bachchan, and she'll be actually holding the position of a brand ambassador with Mr. Bachchan. It's not that she's replacing Mr. Amitabh Bachchan, so make a note of that. Who is the newly appointed Director General of Border Roads Organization? So I've given the picture of this person, and he goes by the name of Sanjay Kumar Srivastava, and he has taken over as a Director General for the Border Road Organization. Oh, so I'm sorry, his name is Sanjeev Kumar Srivastava, and he has taken over this position from Mr. Lieutenant General Suresh Sharma. And before this, he was the Director General of Combat Engineers at Integrated Headquarters of Ministry of Defense. So something about BRO. BRO is involved in construction of tunnel at the Rohtang Pass, which is supposed to get ready by 2019. And the headquarters is in New Delhi. And basically this comes under Ministry of Defense, just to make a note of that. So Mr. Sanjeev Kumar Srivastava has taken the position over from Mr. Suresh Sharma, which is also given to us in the options. The book Between Two Worlds, The Assamese Sikh has been authored by whom? So let's have a look at the picture. Says Bimal Fulkan. So of course Bimal Fulkan is the answer. Who has been appointed as a new Director General DG of Investigation in the National Human Rights Commission? So here is a picture of this gentleman, and he's a IPS officer of the 1982 batch, and he's none other than Mr. PVK Reddy. So guys, just remember this picture. Mr. PVK Reddy is the person who has been appointed as the new Director General for National Human Rights Commission. The Union government will launch which platform to leverage information technology? So here is the emblem of the platform. It's called Swayam. And something more about Swayam. So basically Mr. Arun Jaitley has launched this, and this will have around 350 online courses, and the platform will enable students to virtually attend the courses taught by the best faculty. So basically it will have a wide linkage with DTH channels, and it will be dedicated to educational beings. What is the theme of 2017 World Wetland Day? So guys, just remember this picture again. So the theme is Wetland of Disaster Risk Reduction, and the day is 2nd of February. 2nd of February is celebrated as World Wetland Day. So this is the answer. Which country has become the world's first country to completely divest from fossil fuels. So here's a picture again. Ireland Strategic Investment Fund, Fossil Fuels and Climate Change. So this report was done by TRICARE. So if you get a chance, do read this. So Ireland is the answer to this. And this Ireland has become the world's first country to completely divest from fossil fuels. And for this, they have passed legislation that will drop coal, oil, and gas investments from its $8.56 billion Ireland Strategic Investment Fund. So if the bill is passed, then the law will require Ireland Strategic Investment Fund to sell its investment in fossil fuel industries over the course of next 5 years. So in the next 5 years, Ireland is aiming to totally become fossil fuel free country. Which state is the theme state in the 27th Surajkund International Crafts Mela? So this is a picture of the Surajkund International Crafts Mela held in Faridabad, and it starts basically on the 1st of February 2017, and this particular edition is the 31st. And this basically fair is organized by Haryana Tourism Corporation and Surajkund Mela Authority, and other ministries like Union Ministry of Tourism, Textile, Culture and External Affairs are also involved in this. So this is a 15-day fair which is organized every year, and it covers showcases diversity of handicrafts, handlooms and cultural heritage of India. So a lot of people actually come from all over the world to visit the Surajkund fair, and over 20 countries and all the states basically take part. So every year there is one particular state which is the theme state, and this year the theme state is Jharkhand. Who has been appointed the new Deputy Chief of Army Staff DCOAS of Information Systems and Training? So here is the gentleman who has been appointed. He's a Sikh gentleman. So he could be Amarjeet Singh. Actually, Mr. Chima could be the one. So guys, basically he was the Director General of Infantry in Integrated Headquarters at Ministry of Defense before he became the new Deputy Chief of the Army Staff, and he's GS Chima. So just have a look at the picture and relate it to Mr. Chima. And he has taken charge. He's been appointed on 1st of February. Who is the present chairman of the National Commission for Protection of Child's Rights, NCPCR? So here is the logo of NCPCR. And basically this is a government commission under the administrative control of Ministry of Women and Child Development. And it was in news for the first time as it is organizing an all India short film, still photograph and poster competition for promotion of child rights in the country. So basically the first prize for short films is 1 lakh rupees. Second and third prize carry 75 and 50,000 rupees respectively. And similarly for photographs it's 50,000, 30,000 and 20,000. So there is no entry fee. So basically what we are being asked is who is the present chairman, and she is Stuti Narayan Kakkar, who is the current chairman. So basically it was in news because of the competition it is organizing. The 27th Udnotsav festival will be held in which of the following cities? So from the picture you can see it is being held in Delhi. And what is more important about this is basically it is held in the Mughal Gardens in the Rashtrapati Bhavan, and During this 1 month long fest, Mughal Gardens remain open for public. So this is opening for the public from February 5th to March 12th, 2017. So if you guys have a chance, go there. It starts from between 9:30 to 1600 hours, which is 4 o'clock. And people can also visit spiritual garden, herbal garden, bonsai garden, and musical garden as well. So yes, the Indian Coast Guard ICG Raising Day is celebrated on which day? So this is the emblem for the Coast Guards. And this was the 40th Raising Day, which was celebrated on February the 1st. And basically, Indian Coast Guard started operations on February 1st, 1977. So that was the day this organization was formed, and therefore it celebrates its inauguration day, raising day, as on February 1st. And it came into existence, I've already told you, and basically it came into existence with the enactment of Coast Guard Act 1978, and it is a full-fledged independent armed force of the Union under the Ministry of Defense. So its task is basically includes to secure the Indian coast and enforce the regulations of maritime zones of India. Who has been appointed the new engineer-in-chief of the Indian Army? So here is the gentleman who has been appointed as the new engineer-in-chief of the Indian Army, and in this capacity he will be basically heading the Corps of Engineers, and he will serve also as the principal advisor to Chief of Army, Navy, Air Force, and Ministry of Defense on all matters pertaining to engineering work services. And before this, he was the Director General for the BRO. As I already told you that the Director General of BRO has changed, and he had taken his command from Mr. Suresh Sharma. So Mr. Suresh Sharma is this person, and he has now become the new engineer-in-chief. So basically he has given his charge to Mr. Sanjeev Kumar Srivastav, as I told you before, and he has taken over as the engineer-in-chief. The book, The Man Who Became Khali, has been authored by whom? So this is the picture of the book, and it has been basically written by two people, Mr. Dilip Singh Rana, his name is given here, and Mr. Vineet K. Bansal. Again, so basically this is about Dilip Singh Rana, of course, himself is Khali, that is his real name, and basically how this book is a autobiography, how he became the great Khali. So basically about his struggles, how he became a world wrestling champion. So guys, just remember Dilip Singh Rana is none other than Mr. Khali, in case you didn't know that. How much amount has been sanctioned by the World Bank for third Technical Education Quality Improvement Program, TEQIP 3, for India? So basically, what is TEQIP? So the objective of the program is to increase quality and equity in participating engineering education institutes, and improve the efficiency of the engineering education system in Uttarakhand, Himachal Pradesh, Bihar, Uttar Pradesh, Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, Rajasthan, and other 8 northeast states in Andaman and Nicobar. So basically it is all about increasing technical education in a number of states, basically engineering education. And we are being asked here is how much amount has been sanctioned by the World Bank. So the amount is $201.50 million, option D. As per the Union Budget 2017, the Payments Regulatory Board (PRB) will be set up under the Reserve Bank of India. Who will be the chairman of the proposed board? An easy question, of course. So before revealing the answer, I'll tell you about something. So basically the Payments Regulatory Board will be set up within the Reserve Bank of India, and it will comprise of 6 members, of which 3 will be from the RBI. So PRB is basically replacing the existing Board of Regulations and Supervision of Payments and Settlement Systems, and will exercise the functions relating to the regulation and supervision of payments, and this it will do under the Payments and Settlement Act 2007, and the chairman of the RBI will also act as a So basically the chairman of the proposed board will be the governor of the RBI, who will, along with the deputy governor, will be in charge of this whole payments regulatory board. Of course, he is Urjit Patel. How much funds has been allocated to the National Security Council Secretariat for the fiscal year 2017-18? So this is the emblem, next NSCS, National Security Council Secretariat. If somebody asks you the full form, so that is the full form. And we are being asked how much funds have been allocated for this. So it is 333 crores. And basically what does National Security Council Secretariat do? It is a body responsible for advising the Prime Minister on key strategic and security issues, both on domestic and international fronts. And it was in the news because the funding for it has increased from 33 crores to 333 crores. So it works as an advisory group and consists of various experts on security related matters, and is headed by Deputy NSA Mr. Arvind Gupta. So he's the head of the National Security Council Secretariat, Mr. Arvind Gupta. Which state government has recently introduced third gender category in the school exams? So here is the emblem of the board, and it is Bihar School Education Board. So the answer is Bihar. And they have introduced this third gender category in school exams after the Supreme Court recognized the transgender people as a third gender in 2014. So under this third gender category, the board exams will be conducted by Bihar School Examination Board, where they give the third gender category. And before it was only male and female, so they are the first to do this after the Supreme Court order. Lakshya Sen is associated with which sports? So here's a picture. As you can see, he's a badminton player, Lakshya Sen, and he is just 15 years of age, and he has become the world #1 junior badminton player. And in 2016, he had won the Senior India International Series Badminton Tournament, along with All India Senior Ranking Badminton Tournament at Itanagar. And he also belongs to the young Uttarakhand And yeah, he's one of the youngest players, and his brother Chirag Sen is ranked number 2 in the World Junior Badminton ranking. Now, Chirag Sen, this question appeared in UKPSC prelims this time. So, guys, this is important. Both the brothers are good. Chirag Sen and Lakshya Sen. Both belong to Uttarakhand. So, the book Contemporary West Asia Perspectives on Change and Continuity has been authored by whom? So, as you can see, it has been authored by two people, Miss Sujata Aishwarya and Mujib Alam. So basically, it is a book that provides a comprehensive analysis of the complexities of change and continuity in West Asia. Basically, it deals with religion and politics, and it also covers the ongoing turmoil in this region. So interesting book if you are interested in politics. Answer is Sujata Aishwarya, since the other option is not given, which is Mujib Alam. That can also appear. And which new scheme will be launched by the Union government to fund export infrastructure? So we have been given 4 of these. All are tests. Although I've given a picture, so it is trade infrastructure and export scheme. It is option C. And basically this is a new restructured central scheme, and it is basically to create infrastructure for exports. So it was announced by Mr. Arun Jaitley, and the aim of the new scheme is to reduce transaction costs for traders, and the scheme will help to create modern infrastructure like last mile connectivity to ports, testing labs and certification centers. I mean, if you remember the Sagarmala project, so it is just an extension of that project. How much amount of the allocated has been allocated for BharatNet project to promote digital transactions into rural India? So let's have a look at these pictures first. So what is BharatNet? First of all, let's see. The aim of BharatNet is to connect all Indian households, particularly in rural areas, through broadband by 2017, forming the backbone of the Digital India program. So very important for the Digital India program. And what they have done is they have launched another scheme called DigiGao, and this will provide telemedicine, education and skills through digital technology at village level. So this is what they are planning to do. And basically under the project, high-speed internet connectivity will cover approximately 150,000 gram panchayats with Wi-Fi hotspots, and digital services will be given at a very low tariff. And the government has allotted a sum of rupees 10,000 crores for this project. So B is the answer. The 2017 International Conference and Exhibition on Terrestrial and Satellite Broadcasting has started in which city? So here is a picture of this 23rd International Conference and Exhibition, and we can see here it says New Delhi. So the answer is New Delhi. And basically this is a 3-day conference that was held in Delhi from February of 2nd. And nearly 300 companies from 25 countries displayed their products in the BES Expo. Either it was direct or through their dealers. And this trade show will showcase products like to promote the advancement and dissemination of knowledge and practice of broadcasting in the field of radio, television and other media. So basically this is all about media and telecom industry. So this is the expo which was held in Delhi, and it was for 3 days. The Dairy Processing and Infrastructure Development Fund, which will be set up by which organization to boost financing of milk processing capacities. So as you can see, I have given the picture. It is NABARD, and it was established in 1982. A bit of static general knowledge here. And basically the fund of 8,000 crores will be created over the next 3 years to promote this. In the first year, the union government has declared to give rupees 2,000 crores, and so on and so forth. So NABARD would allow cooperatives to access low-cost loan for meeting the expense towards modernization and ensure supply of quality milk. So basically the whole idea is to give loans and support the milk processing capacities of dairy farmers so that they can create milk which is conforming to the standards of FSSAI. And anyways, the answer is D. So NABARD is the organization. As per Union Budget 2017-18, the National Pension System subscriber can prematurely withdraw how much percentage of corpus tax-free? So here is the National Pension System, a picture of it. And so basically people can withdraw around 25%. That is the answer to this question. A little more about this is that it has been proposed to insert a new clause 12B in the section 10 of the Income Tax Act 1961. And this has been done to provide relief to subscribers of the NPS. And besides this, the people can also, individuals, self-employed individuals can have been allowed to invest up to 20% of their income into the NPS as opposed to 10% earlier, or under section 80CCD1 of the Income Tax Act 1961. So basically it allows you to withdraw prematurely after 5 or 10 years as per its rules, and there will be no tax on that. So answer is 25%. Asim Basu, who passed away recently, was a renowned theatre actor from which state? So here's a picture of Asim Basu. And as you can see from the picture, Odisha life, so he was from the state of Odisha. And basically he was a theatre artist, art director, painter, and a playwright. And he is also known for his set design work in Odishan movie industries called Hollywood. And he has directed around 200 plays and did stage designing for over 500 plays. And some of his major works are Indra Dhanur Chhai, Dadagiri, and Aapka Banika. India has recently signed MOU with which country for technical cooperation in rail sector, especially on safety related subjects? So this is a company, Ferrovie dello Stato Italiane. So as you can make out from Italiane, it is Italy. So that is a country to which this company belongs. And this is a public sector railway company, and Union Ministry of Railways has signed a MOU with it in the area of safety in train operations. And the cooperation areas identified in this MOU include safety audit of Indian Railways and measures required for enhancing safety in train operations, assessment and certification of advanced technology-based safety products and systems to safety integrity level, training and competency developments with focus of safety, modern trends in maintenance and diagnostics. So basically anything related to railway travel and safety related issues, and MOU has been signed between Italy and India, and Italian public sector company Fervio dello Stato Italian Group is the key company. It is also known as the FS Group. Just make a note of that. That might also come. FS Group. From which state, union territory, the Measles-Rubella MR vaccination campaign has been launched? So here's a picture and it says the Measles-Rubella vaccination campaign targets around 41 crores children across India. And it is a part of the universal immunization program up till now. So which is the largest UIP program in the world, and it targets 27 million infants and 30.2 million pregnant women every year, gives protection against 6 vaccine preventable diseases which are tuberculosis, diphtheria, tetanus, pertussis, polio and measles, and 2 new vaccines, JE and hepatitis B, have been introduced in select areas. So coming back to the question, we have been asked which state or union territory has launched it. So we already know that we are targeting 41 crore children under this, and this has been launched by the state of Karnataka. And the campaign against these 2 diseases will start from Karnataka, then go to Tamil Nadu, Puducherry, Goa, and Lakshadweep, and will cover almost 3.6 crore children in the first stage. And all children aged between 9 months and less than 15 years will be given a single shot of this MR vaccine. So basically, what is rubella? Rubella is a mild infection and sometimes it has got serious consequences, while measles, of course, is a deadly disease. So, and it is one of the major reasons why children die. So it's very important. So if you look at the options, all 4 options have been covered under this scheme. So Karnataka is the first, then Tamil Nadu, then Puducherry, then Goa, and then Lakshadweep. Bano Kudusia, the renowned Urdu author, has passed away. She hailed from which of the following countries? Bano Kudusia. So as we can see, as a picture of the lady in question, the country flags, so of course Pakistan, and she was a renowned Pakistani Urdu novelist and playwright, and she died in Lahore. And she was born in Firozpur in 1928, India, and migrated to Pakistan after partition. And her prominent writings include Adibat, Atish-e-Jair, Epa, Ek Din, Amarbel, and a lot more. So basically a very renowned figure in the Pakistani Urdu literature area. And why she is important was because she was born in India and migrated to Pakistan at the time of partition. Which country has won the 18th Asia Junior Team Squash Championship? So we are being asked which country has won, and let's have a look at the picture. and this was held from 1st to 5th of February 2017, and it was held in Hong Kong. I don't know why. Guys, don't worry about Bangladesh. So basically, India has won the gold medal in the boys events in this Asian Junior Team Squash Championship, and they defeated Malaysia by 2-0 in the final in Hong Kong. And this is the second time they have won this championship. Earlier they had won it in 2011, where they defeated Pakistan. Which country will host 2017 FIBA World Asia Cup Basketball? So what is FIBA World Cup Asia Cup Basketball? So this tournament basically will be held from July 23rd to 29th, and India would be hosting this event at this time, the FIBA Asia Cup Basketball. And it will also host the Under 16 Women's Asia Championship, which will be held from October 22nd to 28th in Hyderabad. So India is hosting the FIBA Under 16 as well. And in both the tournaments, 14 teams will be competing, with 8 teams in Division A and 6 in Lower Division B. And India is in Lower Division B in both the senior and under 16 events. So we'll keep an eye out that who wins the FIBA Asia Cup. Which state government has launched Chief Minister Samagra Gram Unnayan Yojana CMS-GUI or CMS-GUI to develop villages of the state? So here is a picture of Chief Minister Samagra Gram Unnayan Yojana. So let's see what is being covered under this. Double farm income by 21-22 in the next 5 years. Saturation model covers each of 25,425 villages of Assam. So we know that this belongs to Assam. Then focus on core strength of each village. Average investment of rupees 1.2 crore per village. So quite a costly scheme. And total investment of 30,000 crores, as I just said, quite costly. And build community assets and individual capabilities. And here is the Chief Minister of Assam, Mr. Sarbanand Sonowal. So that is the answer, Assam. Guys, just remember this picture. You won't forget that the scheme has been launched by Assam by Mr. Sarbanand Sonowal, who is the Chief Minister. Which country will host the 4th BIMSTEC Summit 2017? So here is a picture of the 17th session of BIMSTEC, which was held on 7th February 2017 at Hotel Yak and Yeti in Kathmandu, Nepal. So you already know it is being held in Nepal. And this is the 4th BIMSTEC Summit and the 17th session. And it was a seniors official meeting that basically reviewed the progress made by BIMSTEC and recommended future course of action to strengthen regional cooperation among the group. And BIMSTEC was founded in 1997 and is an international organization, and is a group of the group of countries which belong to BIMSTEC are Bangladesh, India, Myanmar, Sri Lanka, Thailand, Bhutan, and Nepal. So basically 7 countries are there. I'll repeat the names once again. It is Bangladesh, Nepal, Myanmar, Sri Lanka, Thailand, Bhutan and Nepal. Who is the author of the book A Great Reckoning, a Chief Inspector Gamachi thriller? So here is the book, and we know that it is Louis Penny. So basically, what is the book about? It is a mystery and a rich human drama in which no character is good or evil. And basically, it inspires empathy towards the protagonist. So interesting, should be an interesting read. If you get time, do read it. Which state government has launched Kakatiya Hub for Social Innovation, India's first social innovation center? Here is a picture of the state. So Telangana is the state that was launched, and it was launched on February 5th, 2017 in Nizamabad, and should start functioning by September 2017. And this basically will act as a rural incubator to encourage entrepreneurship at grassroots level. The purpose of the hub is to create a model for promoting entrepreneurs in rural and semi-urban areas in the country. The incubator will run through Kakatiya Sandbox, a center that fosters entrepreneurship and innovation modeled after Deshpande Foundation Hubli Sandbox. So basically it is based on Deshpande Foundation Hubli Sandbox, and basically gonna deal in rural development, basically rural entrepreneurship. So they're gonna nurture rural entrepreneurship through this social innovation hub. Which state government will give 2% reservation to sportsperson in government jobs? So more reservation, less jobs for general category. And here's a picture, it is Jharkhand. Anyways, this is for sports people, so that is still okay actually. And basically the Jharkhand government has decided to give the sports persons a government job and nutritious food as well. So food will be also given. And the Chief Minister of Jharkhand, Mr. Raghubir Das, who also started the camel clubs to promote football, and through this reservation or scheme, whatever you want to call it, kits, the government will also provide kits to players, and will basically have competitions at all state district levels. In which state India's first center of excellence for differentially abled sportsmen will be set up? So Mr. Vijay Goyal. And what is he saying? The first ever dedicated training facility in India brings hope for para athletics. If you guys remember, during the Rio Olympics, there was a huge cry about how he conducted himself. So now we have come up with a new thing called Center for Excellence for Differentially Abled Sportsmen, and basically around 50 crores have been allocated for this particular project. And basically this is their initiative for para-athletes to train for various international competitions including Asian Games, Commonwealth Games and Olympic Games. And it aims at training around 50 differentially abled sportsperson in the age group of 8 to 12 years in athletics, swimming and powerlifting. So we all know that there were 4 medals won during the Paralympics, and maybe that is the reason why they have now suddenly realized that India can win medals in the Paralympics, and therefore they have set up this training center. Anyways, this training center is coming up in Gujarat. So Gujarat is the state. DCOAS has recently suspended the license of budget carrier Indigo's aviation security training facility. What does BCCAS stand for? Pretty easy question. Bureau of Civil Aviation Security. Answer is C. And basically it was in news because it cancelled Indigo's license. And this training facility was run by the parent company Interglobe Aviation, which also owns Indigo. And basically Indigo will suffer losses because of this. Which union ministry has launched annual book India-2017 and Bharat 2017? So here is a picture. Bharat 2017, India 2017, and it was inaugurated by Mr. Venkataya Naidu. And guest of honor was Colonel Rajendra Thor, who is a shooter, held on February 6, 2017 from 4 p.m. whichever place this was. And this has been launched by this book has been launched by Ministry of Information and Broadcasting Technology, and basically published by the Publication Division. So the book basically gives glimpses of flagship programs of the government, important events of the year, and story of Indian states and union territories with their vital statistics. So I understand if you want to have a comprehensive look at the schemes that have been happening in India since 2014, you should actually get a copy of this book. And an electronic version of this yearbook will also be launched, and this will be priced around 25% less than the hard copy. So guys, have a look at this as well. Which startup has won the Best IT Startup of India Award at 2016 National Entrepreneurship Awards NEA? So this has been just recently launched, National Entrepreneurship Award 2016 by Mr. Narendra Modi. And this award has been organized by Ministry of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship. And here is the logo for the company who won this award, Lucidus. So basically they won this award because of their innovation in the security feature of the BHIM application. And BHIM stands for Bharat Interface for Money, short form BHIM. And this is basically an Aadhaar based mobile payment platform. So Lucidus is the company that has won this. Which state government has recently launched Civil Services Award for Excellence in Public Administration? So as we can see that it is Arunachal Pradesh that has launched this. Here is a picture of the Chief Minister of Arunachal Pradesh, Mr. Pema Khandu, quite young chap. And the purpose of the award is to boost the morale of state government employees by recognizing their hard work. And it involves a cash prize of 1 lakh rupees for individuals, 5 lakh rupees for organizations or a group or a team. Basically, it is to honor civil servants for their efficient job disposal. So basically corruption free, judicious execution of work, and performance during disaster like floods, earthquakes. So basically, an award is being given for doing your job, I would say. So Arunachal Pradesh is the place which has launched Civil Services Award. Which Indian personality has been elected as Vice President of the Asia Squash Federation or ASF? So there it is, ASF logo for the, and this is the person. So who is this guy? And he's Devendra Nath Sarangi. He has been elected as the Vice President of the Asia Squash Federation. And he is the second Indian who has taken up this post. And he has replaced Syed Razi, who was the Vice President before him. So that option has also been given. And Mr. Razi was from Pakistan. So an Indian has replaced another Pakistani on the international front. Satvik Sairaj is associated with which sport? Again, here is the guy playing badminton. So the answer is badminton. And this is Satvik Sairaj. So why was he in news? So basically Satvik has recently won the mixed doubles title in the 81st Senior National Badminton Championship by defeating Venkat Gaurav Prasad and Juhi Devangan. And yes, that's about it. So basically he won the 81st Senior National Badminton Championship. Which committee has been constituted by the Union government to improve Hajj policy in subsidy issues? So this is the Hajj, and here is Afzal Amnullah. So this is Afzal Amnullah committee. So what is the role of this committee? So basically, who is Afzal Amnullah? He was a former Consul General of India in Jeddah. And this committee has been basically formed to examine the implications of various directions of Supreme Court with regards to existing Hajj policy and suitably make amendments to it. And basically it will also look at the other aspects of transparency, consumer satisfaction, and disclosure requirements by the private tour operators to protect the interests of the pilgrims. And this committee is going to submit its report within a couple of months. Which country will host the implementation and assessment group meeting of the Global Initiative to Combat Nuclear Terrorism, GICNT? So of course, as you can see, Department of Atomic Energy and Ministry of External Affairs is involved in this. So of course, the answer is India. It is being organized by these two. And here is the logo of GICNT, Global Initiative to Combat Nuclear Terrorism. So this meeting is being held from February 8, 2017, and it highlights India's commitment to global nuclear non-proliferation and peaceful use of nuclear energy. It will also highlight India's commitment towards national security, capacity building, and international cooperation. And in this 3-day event, approximately 150 delegates from various partner countries and international organizations will take place. And our Foreign Secretary, Mr. S. Jaishankar, has inaugurated this meeting, or will inaugurate this meeting if I post this video after the 8th. So and it is being organized, as I told you before, by the Department of Atomic Energy and Ministry of External Affairs. Which country is host of the first ever BIMSTEC National Security Chief NSA meet to discuss counter-terror action plan? So as we know, if we look at the colors, this is the logo for the NSA meeting. So orange, green, white. So this is India. Now it is very important that one should not get confused with the meeting which is being held in Nepal. It is the fourth session, and this is the NSA chief meeting. And this is basically being held to discuss spread of terrorism, violent extremism, and radicalization. And this meeting comes right after the meeting in Kathmandu has concluded. The International Day of Zero Tolerance for Female Genital Mutilation is observed on which day? What is International Day of Zero Tolerance Female Genital Mutilation? Now this is a very big, huge issue in South Africa where FGM or female genital mutilation is a precondition for women to get married, and it really is bad. So basically female genital cutting, it is basically gender biased violence, a torture in the name of tradition, as I told you, prerequisite for marriage in Africa. And it is also dangerous as it causes serious complications because not every time proper medical attention can be given. It is celebrated on the 6th of February every year. And this year's theme for 2017 is building a solid and interactive bridge between Africa and the world to accelerate ending FGM by 2030. So guys, as I told you, this is a very huge problem in Africa. In fact, there was a model also who had gone under this and then she moved to America. I'm forgetting her name. Maybe I'll remember and I'll tell you in my next video. Who has become the first acting chief executive officer of the public broadcaster Prasar Bharati? So this is the Prasar Bharati logo. This is the outgoing guy. This is the incoming guy. And he's Rajiv Singh, who has become the chief CEO of Prasar Bharati. And he has succeeded Mr. Panda. He's Suresh Panda. This guy, Suresh Panda. This guy is Rajiv Singh. Just remember that, guys. Just a changeover. Which Indian origin British sculpture has won the 2017 Genesis Prize? He is also being called one of the most influential, innovative artists of his generation. As you can see, this is one of his sculptures. And he has won this Genesis Prize 2017. And his works include Turning the World Upside Down. Here is a picture of this. Turning the World Upside Down. This is at the Israel Museum in Jerusalem. Then there is Cloudgate in Chicago Millennium Park and Orbit in London. And basically he has won around $1 million. That is why he's like really happy if you look at this picture. And he's Anish Kapoor. So a rising star. What is the current repo rate as per latest 6th bi-monthly monetary policy for financial year 2016-17? So Monetary Policy Committee decides the repo rate, and this is a 6 bi-monthly policy, and this was the last one for the financial year 2016-17, and this was 6.25%. So basically this is decided by the Monetary Policy Committee. It comes under the RBI and it is headed by the RBI governor, who is Arunachal Patel. Which Indian diplomat has been appointed as the member of the United Nations Joint Inspection Unit? So this is United Nations Joint Inspection Unit. Logo for it. And this is the person, and he's none other than Mr. Gopinathan, Achankulan Gare Gopinathan. I hope I have pronounced that correctly. So he has been appointed for a term of 5 years. And what does Joint Inspection Unit do? It is the only independent external oversight body of the United Nations, and it conducts evaluations, inspections, and investigations throughout the system. And basically has been reappointed again, and he is the sole candidate in this organization in the South Asia Pacific group. Patani Patnaik, who passed away recently, was a renowned literate from which state? So as you can see, I have given the state name, Odisha. So just relate, read Patani Patnaik. And basically why he is famous? Because he received the Kendriya Sahitya Akademi Award in 2010 for his autobiography Jeevnara Chalpatta. And he has written over 50 books on different aspects of literature as well, which include short stories, poems. Which country will host the 4th Rollball World Cup 2017? What is rollball? Rollball is a game played with the ball and the players wear skates. So basically it is a game played between two teams of 12 players, and out of the 12 only 6 players are allowed to play on court at one time. So a mix of roller skating and basketball, if you would like to call it. And it is a relatively new sport, and it will be held from 17th to 23rd of February. As you can see from the picture, it is being held in Dhaka, Bangladesh. And it is one of the largest ever events in this field that is being organized by an Asian country. And this game was actually created by an Indian called Raju Dhabade of Pune. So if you want to remember the name, he is Raju Dhabade. Dhabade, yes. That's D B Hade. So Dhabade. And he is also the secretary of the International Rollerblade Federation. So it is being held in Bangladesh. That's the place. So guys, this brings us to the most important current general knowledge questions which can be expected in various exams. I've tried to relate all the questions with pictures, most of them. So I hope you have found this session informative. And do let me know if you want me to do this in Hindi as well, so I can even try at least to do it in Hindi. And thank you so much, and I shall be coming with my next video covering from 9 to 15th or 14th depending on the number of questions. This In this video, I've covered around 60 questions. So thank you so much, and guys, do subscribe to my channel. And I hope you're liking my videos. Do watch the other playlist as well, which will give you important information about Gandhi and other topics on international. Thank you so much.